Michael, first, I'm so sorry that you're close enough to be impacted, and I can't believe WeHo doesn't have power. That's crazy. Um, I'm born and raised in Southern California. I was born and raised in Pasadena, and I spent my adult years living in West Hollywood and then Venice Beach. And the Palisades is where I used to do all my road biking when I was training for rides, and obviously the hills, of course. Um, and those Santa Ana winds are just intense. And my heart is just, I can't even. I was in meditation this morning and I just was sobbing the grief that was welling up and the tragedy that this is. And also just, I'm reading some of the comments on the videos, and people are like, these are rich people, who cares? And I just want people to understand that, a lot of people who live in some of those areas in Southern California, their family, their parents or their grandparents bought that house when it cost $40,000. Sure, it's worth 1.9 million now, but that doesn't mean the family themselves has lots of money. It just means that they bought a house that appreciated dramatically in the last 25 or 30 years. So to say they're just rich people and they've got plenty of insurance and all that stuff is really so cruel, because it's not true. And I don't have empathy for a Kardashian compound or, an Oprah compound being threatened by fire. No, I have none. But for even moderately wealthy people, they're still people. They still have pets. They still have elderly, family members. So I just would love to ask people to just try to have a little bit of empathy and compassion. And then the animals that are in these areas, there's people with ranches and horses and dogs and then of course the wildlife, which is also part of what makes those hills so wonderful. So I hope you're okay. I hope people are okay and safe. Obviously, there's not, my prayers are worthless, but my heart is full, and I am holding all of you in just sadness and grief. I don't know what started the fire, but I know with the Santa Ana winds, nothing can compete. Those winds, if for those of you watching, if you're not familiar with them, look it up. It's a weather phenomenon that's very familiar in Southern California. It has to do with the oceans, the mountains, the way they are all configured. Um, Boulder, Colorado, interestingly enough, which is where I moved from Southern California years ago, they have similar winds that come off of the Flatiron Mountains, and that's what was the fuel for a devastating fire in Boulder, Colorado, several years ago. And they're called the Chinook winds. So it's kind of interesting, these beautiful places with mountains that also have this wind pattern that is so devastating. So anyway, I'm holding you. I'm holding for all of you, and my thoughts are here, and I'm just devastated for you. So be safe, and I hope everybody that you know is safe. All right, I'll talk to you later.